This is Emily with
Gracie's Garden.
and today we are going to be going through the whole flower process of how she runs her floral business. So let's get started. We're starting with the very beginning of unpacking and processing flowers.
All the fun stuff.
So what are you doing right now?
Okay, so we are unboxing the roses. They can be, I found that, and I might sound a little bit like an amateur when I say this, but some roses can have tons of thorns. Some of them, I'm like taking the leaves just right off, but that could be risky. But yeah, so just pull them out one by one to prep the roses. We just pluck the stems off, and any thorns I pop off. Sometimes I'll wear gloves too, and then any of these outer leaves too that don't look the best, I'll usually just peel off too. And these will definitely open up much more. But right now, this is what we got, and I'm gonna grab my clippers in just a second, trim the ends at an angle, and then we just put them in the water. And we got a lot to do. So.
Okay, as we are prepping roses, I'm going to have Emily just tell us a little bit more about herself and how she got into this fun industry. So, tell me, this isn't your full-time job, so what is your full-time job?
So full-time, I work as a wellness coach at a company called Blue Sky MD. Monday through Friday. Fridays we're off by 1. So I get to run home and prep flowers like we're doing now. But yeah, basically just wellness coaching, working on people's health and looking at food journals. We go over nutrition and exercise.
Fabulous. Okay, so what sparked your interest in floral?
Yeah, because I guess it's kind of random going from wellness coaching to into the floral industry. But yeah, just one day at work, I was kind of brainstorming with some of the other girls. I love talking about different business ideas. And I noticed all these flower trucks popping up all across the states, and I realized Greensboro doesn't have one, so that's where I came home after work and I told Will, my fiance, and I was like, hey, let's start a flower truck, and he rolled with it, and here we are.
It's always good to have a man that will roll with you.
Yeah. I don't think he realized what he was getting himself into.
Believe me, my husband had no idea what he was getting into.
Yeah. And I have a lot of respect for a florist, anyone in the flower industry. I never realized how much prep work and everything that goes into it. So I have a lot of respect for all of you guys.
Okay, so where did you get the name Gracie's Garden from?
So Gracie is named after my rescue. So when we were brainstorming at work, I was like, hey, love my dog. I want to incorporate Gracie somehow into the name, and that's where we came up with Gracie's Garden. And I like the idea of giving back somehow too, so it kind of worked out. Also, I wanted to give back to the animal shelters, and Gracie's a rescue, so yeah, Gracie's Garden.
Cool. So how do all the proceeds go back to Gracie's Garden, or a portion of it?
So we do 10% of net proceeds. So each quarter we kind of go back and see how much we can donate. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to do more physical items so that way our customers can see, hey, by buying a bouquet, I'm not only supporting a small business, but I get to see this dog enjoy this toy or get these dog treats or a new bed. So that way our customers can also see where or how they are also contributing to this cause.
Yeah, that's fabulous. Flowers and doggies.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the majority of the population loves dogs, so it's just something we can all relate to. So yeah, and if they don't like flowers, if they're not too crazy about dogs, then we have a lot of people who love antique or classic cars. So yeah, we also strike up conversations with people about baby blue.
So tell us about Baby Blue and how that whole journey came into.
Yeah, so we originally said, hey, maybe we should just start with a flower cart and just kind of, because I saw some girls who were doing that and I thought that was really cool. But then the more I reached out to other girls across the states and I was like, hey, how does this work? And they also said, yes, the truck or the vehicle is an investment, but that's kind of what draws people in. Everyone loves flowers, but that just kind of pulls you in also.
Yeah.
So we started looking for a truck. We did find one the day we were going to make the offer. They had already sold it, but it turns out it wasn't meant to be, and we found Baby Blue a couple of days later. It was actually in Colorado. The owner's name was Barb, is Barb. The truck belonged to her dad, and he passed away, gave it to her. Her siblings didn't want it, and they were kind of like, oh, maybe just get rid of it. But she had way too many memories in the truck, so she had it restored. And then it still just kind of sat in her garage. So when we told her what we wanted to do with the truck, she was like, oh my gosh, what a better way to honor my dad than have it turned into a flower truck.
Yeah.
So we still actually communicate with Barb. I emailed her last week. We send her pictures of Baby Blue at events. Yeah, she's really sweet. She sent us Christmas candles that she made.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, it just it's nice to have not just the truck, but we know the story behind the truck, and we still kind of have that connection.
Yeah, that's so cool. I love that. Okay.
We got the roses.
I'm done with the roses. What's next? This is a fabulous color. What is this color?
Quicksand.
Love it. So this weekend is Memorial Weekend. So what are you and Baby Blue heading out to do this weekend?
So we are going to be making some doorstep deliveries. Now typically we don't take Baby Blue out for doorstep deliveries just because he's an old guy, so we save him for private events. We're hoping to eventually get some, like a pickup location, kind of like what we did for Mother's Day weekend. That worked out really well, just because then we still get to get Blue out, people still get to get their flowers, and we can still kind of practice that social distancing and have people meet from a certain time, and we have the bouquets ready to go and they can just pick them up. So hopefully we'll be able to do more of that. So we're planning on that right now, but this weekend doing some deliveries.
Cool. So how are you marketing and getting the word out?
So most of our marketing is through, we do Instagram, Facebook, we do have a website also, but that is where I would say we get the most traffic from Instagram.
Really? Okay.
That's how I kind of advertise the doorstep deliveries, but we're working on getting a calendar up so people can, go to the website and be able to place an order through the website and know exactly where we're going to be. With everything that's going on in the world right now, things are still a little unknown as far as flower supplies, and making sure the schedule's a little different than what it was, so we're just kind of having to take it week by week.
So true, so true.
But I feel like a lot of businesses are finding creative ways to adapt to this, and I think it's going to change how a lot of businesses operate, and it could be for the better too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So when you became a grown-up, did you ever, I guess, envision that you would be doing floral?
Actually, that's kind of funny you asked that, because I had forgotten the other day that I had wrote down some of my life goals, which were included personal training, maybe physical therapy. So I majored in kinesiology, exercise and sports science. But one of them was my dream is to one day own a flower shop.
Oh yeah.
So I had forgotten about that. Yeah, and then I think I put underneath it, because who wouldn't want to be surrounded by flowers all day?
Yeah.
Although sometimes when you're surrounded by flowers and you're in this industry, you're like, I have to prep these. So.
Oh yes. So tell everybody how we met.
Yeah, so as soon as we thought of, or as soon as I came home, I was like, hey, I want to do this. Let's start a flower truck. I should probably get a little bit more knowledge on flowers. So I signed up for a floral design class, which was taught by Gwendolyn, and she's amazing. So it was a 6-week program. When did was this, maybe last year? Yeah, it was last year.
Last year.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the exact month. But anyways, but yeah, 6-week, 2-hour long class, I believe.
Yep.
And just got to learn all the basics, and then also Gwendolyn helped me with another event, came over here to my house and helped me put some bouquets together, taught me a few more things about flowers that I did not know, and then she also helped me teach a floral building class for one of our customers. It was so sweet. He had an event in Graham at, I think it was Press Cafe, Coffee and Crepes. And that was such a fun day, and Gwendolyn helped lead the class in building bouquets because she's awesome. So yeah, that's how we met.
But you know what? I don't think you said in class why you were doing, I think you just said you were just interested in branching out and learning something new. And
Yeah.
so it wasn't until after she took the class that I found out she was doing this, and I thought, oh my God, that's so cool. So I love to see students, move into the floral industry, especially after they've taken class, and they're just like, I love this so much, I want to get into it. It is a lot of work, but it is definitely rewarding.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure I enjoyed it and that I was somewhat okay at it before kind of diving in and telling everyone. But then as soon as we were done with class and we had gotten the truck and all that, I emailed Gwendolyn. I was like, just so you know, this is what I'm doing. Thank you for everything. Can you still continue to help me?
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I get it.
Okay, what's next? We finished with the roses.
What?
Bucket fall.
Things happen, okay? Sometimes opening up these flowers, it's like Christmas morning. You just never know.
Oh yeah. Frutetto. Frutetto? That's how we're gonna call it.
I like it. Yeah, I have never heard of that before.
So these roses did not come dry packed. So explain how these roses came.
So they came wet packed in a box. They were delivered here from Hardin's in Liberty, and they were in these boxes in the buckets, wet packed, which is very convenient. Let's see here. But normally we pick the flowers up. We also get flowers from LaMille. They're awesome. They are in Kernersville, and normally, normally we'll get to, before everything happened with COVID-19, we could go in the coolers, kind of look at the flowers, pick out what we wanted, but now just kind of have to place an order, go pick it up and they have it ready to go, and then we just grab it, put it in the car, take it home, and start prepping. But this, so this is the first time I've had flowers delivered other than when we order from Mighty Tendril.
I want to leave Gracie
Star
out.
of the show. Which is funny too, because I do get mistaken for Gracie all the time.
Oh, really?
People will message me, "Hey Gracie,"
Oh, that's so
which
cool.
I don't blame you. I would think the same thing. Yeah, so I completely understand.
Gracie is the dog.
Yeah,
but
Gracie's the dog, I'm Emily, but I get it. I get why you would think that. And I do, most of the time I tell people, but then sometimes I don't like to correct people. So sometimes I just roll with it. I'm like, sure, what do you need?
Do you feel like this is something you would move into full-time in the future?
Oh, that's a good question, Gwendolyn. Yeah, let me see how the first couple of years go. I do enjoy, like, I didn't know I would end up in the flower world, but I always knew I wanted to start a business, have something to call my own, and and I love marketing and that whole aspect of it. So when you have your own business, you kind of get to do whatever you want as far as marketing goes, and you kind of use that creativity.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good question. I don't know 100%, but I know right now I'm just gonna, as long as you guys are gonna keep wanting flowers, and also want to keep working towards our mission of donating to the animal shelter, those 10% of those net proceeds, and just kind of see where it goes. It's also really cool, it's been a cool experience as far as how many people we've met, whether it's customers or just business owners, and just that whole community. Everyone's so welcoming and encouraging, and yeah.
Well, if you open up a shop one day, I will definitely come and help on holidays.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, what have you found to be the most challenging first starting a business, and then what is the most challenging so far in the floral industry?
So as far as starting a business, I think just finding that, you probably hear this a lot, the home life, work life balance. So I think just, trying to find that balance, because when you have your own business, and a lot of I'm taking orders on social media, as soon as I get done with wellness coaching, I go straight home, and your business never stops. It's always there, and you have to kind of decide, what are your limits. You have to make sure you're, managing your time wisely, so that way you can still take care of yourself and still spend time with friends, family, just all your loved ones.
Yeah.
So I think that's been one of the challenges. As far as the floral side, I think that one is just, I want to just keep educating myself and learning more and more. And then it's funny, whenever I build bouquets, I never like them until the next day. I'll sit there and I'll build it, I'm like, I'm not too crazy about it. And Will's always like, it looks beautiful, what are you talking about? But then the next day I'm like, oh, you know what, I do like it, it's growing on me. So I think just kind of just being confident in your work, and just accepting it, and just putting it out there, even if you don't think it's 100%, but as long as you're providing good quality, and so you have to be very aware of, and you taught us this in class too, like you gotta pay yourself, like for your time. You gotta pay yourself for the materials you use, and I have a hard time too, like, oh, is that really worth, you know?
Yeah.
But when you break it all down, it is, and especially the time that you put into it, and the cost of the flowers. And her name is Blossom and Bone Florals.
Blossom and Bone.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's
Blossom
cool.
and Bone Florals. And what's really funny is we opened up our flower trucks at like around the same time,
yeah?
and we have the exact same truck.
Oh,
Hers,
cool.
yeah, it's really,
And she does for dogs too?
no, so but she's just a mobile flower truck,
Uh-huh.
and she also is gonna have storefront too.
Oh.
But yeah, she serves the Durham area. But yeah, she's amazing, and but sometimes I'll message her because she does have years of experience in this also, and I'll message her, I'm like, Heather, what do you think, or what is this? How do these tolerate that? You know, but yeah, she told me the same thing too. Like, if it was up to me when I first started this, I would have given everyone just tons of huge bouquets.
Yeah.
But when you put like higher quality flowers in there too, they might be a little bit smaller, but you're getting a higher priced flowers. But a lot of people don't know that if they're not in the flower industry, which makes sense. But she said the same thing too. She was like, you know, you could do that, but then once you pull back and realize, okay, I'm not making a profit off of this, people are going to be confused, because they're going to say, wait a second, this $25 bouquet last week was larger, why is it smaller now? Well, because, so you definitely have to, she said, people will respect you more, you know, if you just kind of stick to the same every single time. So
Up
you
front,
have to
this
be,
is the price and this is what it is.
yeah,
So.
just have to be consistent with that, and how you build the bouquets, and making sure you're pricing accurately.
Yeah.
Too. But I think people go to florists because they are supporting a small business, and they want something that's just kind of handmade, and someone put it together for them, and knowing that they're supporting that business.
Yeah.
So, I like this interview. Get the flower prep done.
Well, I want everybody to see the process too,
Yeah.
because I mean, if they had been dry packed, we would have shown, you know, that process, because that's just a little bit different. So now we are going to be stripping.
The Alstroemeria. Just kind of starting out on this journey. I reached out to the Small Business of North Carolina network. But anyways, they gave me just kind of a step-by-step, here's what you need, so just kind of followed all of those steps, and I was so eager to get started, you know, before it got cold. Fortunately, we didn't meet that deadline between getting the awning and all of that done. But I think with everything that happened or that's happening in the world, just the fact that we started and kind of got out there even in the winter months, I think that helped build that rapport and that trust with customers. So that way, when this did happen, now once we started offering more doorstep deliveries, people knew who we were. Whereas I feel like if we would have just waited to when it was comfortable in springtime, we may have not had any customers. It's been really cool to see too how it connects people, just makes people feel, you know, loved from far away, and had some people from out of state, hey, you know, I can't be there. This was when it first started. It was someone in New York, and they were like, it's my mom's birthday, can you please send her a bouquet to her door? And so that's been really cool, just connecting everybody, even through tough times. Yeah, when I first started, Will had to kind of reel me back in, because he would walk in the kitchen and I would have these huge bouquets, and then we'd sit down and we'd calculate how much was in the bouquet, and I'm like, yeah, I may have overdone it. So yeah, I learned quickly. You gotta be, and then just staying consistent with every single one too.
Because your customers, they, you know, get accustomed to your prices and your designs and how you do things.
Woohoo! And lots of greenery. Oh, actually more sunflowers. Hey! She's got the zoomies. So when you see on our Instagram page, it says inspired by a quirky rescue, this is exactly why we got the word quirky. Go, Gracie! Go! Go!
Yeah, that's right.
Like and subscribe below and share with a friend. And if you have a floral shop, floral boutique, or garden center you would like for us to highlight on our channel, shoot us a message and we would love to come out and visit. Until next time, sparkle on.